Yo, what's good? The Ewans in the building. Y'all fast as hell. Like, boy, I tell you, y'all fast. Yeah, what's good with y'all? So they was want me to go live so they can continue the party. So here I am. What y'all been doing, man? How was y'all's day? That was a crazy chat right there. Big Easy, what's cracking? Jover, what's cracking? Silverback, what's cracking? Ghetto, what's cracking? Yeah, come on through. Yeah, hold on. Let me do something right quick. Christine White, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome. Prepper, what's good? What's good? All right, go live. And do that. All right, I'm trying to put this link out here. So y'all that want to come through, y'all more than welcome. That was a good topic he had going. I just dropped a link. So if you want to jump in, Ghetto, Prepper, Armel, what's good? What's good? Hot tub in the building. What's good? The link out there, y'all. Howard J, what's good? Nephew up in here. I bet y'all been bouncing around in lives all night. What's up, Will T? Oh, that's what's up. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. How'd you like that 43X?
What's up, Dre?
What's up, Armel?
How's the weather down there in Tennessee?
Man, chilly.
Yeah, it's like that here too. Cold as heck.
Yeah. It ain't super cold, but it's chilly. It's chilly.
Yeah, I was telling somebody, hit that guy up on Instagram, bring him in. Let's finish this because he got to get. He need Jesus or something. He needs something, man. Like, yo, gun tote, and that's a scary ass thing, man. I don't think
G.R.A.V.I.T.E.E was good. Yeah, dude. I mean, his mindset is like, it's bad to have a mindset like that, man. What's up, Lee B?
Bad. It's too many people are like that, Dre. And it's him. That's the scary part about it. You know, I bump into all the time, and it's like this crazy thing. I got a gun, so I'm a motherfucking badass.
Yeah.
And that it's too many. It's too many people like that. You know.
Yeah. And see, I'm desensitized to guns, man. I'm numb to the motherfuckers, man.
I'm desensitized
I grew up in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Then I did that club security dealing with these little gangs and shit all the time. So that's it, man. Like, I'm to a point now, like, I'll hear a gunfire and I'll look to see, like, what y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My first reaction is not to pull. You know what I'm saying? My first reaction is to throw hands.
Bruh, any man worth they salt. That's your first reaction.
Nola gun guy was good.
When you like Armel said, when you that anxious to pull a gun and shoot somebody, bro, you the problem, bro. He about to step into a mass shooter. You shoot 3 people like nowadays.
Yeah,
there's too many people like that, and that's how all of these politicians is like, oh, you can't have a gun because people they get a gun and they think there's like they can got power or something, and it's
man, the gun is like, it's like liquor, man. It's like it's like, you know what I'm saying? You get full of that liquor, man. You think you King Kong. You know what I'm saying?
don't insult the liquor like that, man.
But it's facts though. A lot of cats get a gun, they think they're untouchable. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of folks that run around here with guns that still got touched. You know what I'm saying? It don't make you untouchable just because you got a gun.
Hey man, I've seen cats get their gun took and pistol whipped with their own fucking guns. I've seen that personally.
Got with their own gun.
Yeah, I've seen it happen myself. I watched a dude get whipped with his gun, have to go to the hospital and get surgery on his face. And then his daddy got whipped for trying to help him. You know what I'm saying? By the same dude. So, you know what I'm saying?
Gun don't make you hard, bro.
No, man, don't make you invincible. You know what I mean? But
And,
you just gotta be smart, man. I mean, if you can avoid the situation, just avoid it. If you can't avoid it and it's gonna be a conflict, you know what I'm saying? Then if you get you some pepper spray, carry you some palm pepper spray or something in your pocket.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And just get out the situation. Use that gun as a last resort.
that's what it is. It's a last resort.
Unless you're gonna blow it.
I don't take guns lightly, bro. I've been in the military. I've seen people killed. My dad was murdered. My stepdad was. So my view on firearms it may be just what I went through that make me. I ain't gun shy by the least, but I ain't as quick as a lot of people to be like, I'm gonna shoot your motherfucking ass.
Yeah.
No, bro, because I know what come with the aftermath. I know the legal side and I know the emotional side that come with shooting somebody. So my outlook on that, and most people ain't never had to experience either one of those. I've been on that side with both ends, the legal side and the emotional side. And I'm telling y'all, bro,
I've been on both sides of the gun.
So there you have
the gun
multiple times.
Yep.
I've been on both sides on more than one occasion.
But I know
it ain't fun on either side. You know what I mean? But
it ain't, and that's why I say I don't. If I up it on you, you done gave me no other option.
If I up it on you, you ain't going home.
Yeah, and that's why I tell people, man. Like I hear people talk about, you know what I'm saying. If I have to up the strap, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna try and kill him. I'm gonna shoot him in the leg. And my mindset is, if you did something that made me have to up the strap, I'm not aiming for your leg.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
My shit ain't that critical. It's like if I'm pulling, if it comes to the strap to come, it's done.
Yeah, if I gotta pull the strap, if we got to that point, it's too far. We too far gone already.
Already.
So
I'd
rather just throw the hand. What's up, Noah Saint?
I wish y'all would put. I wish somebody would pull him in here because that whole conversation gave me
Instagram. Somebody hit him on Instagram.
And I don't think he don't get it.
Yeah.
Don't get it. Just the whole tone. Cause I don't like talking about nobody behind their back. So I really
call them on.
Is this really behind their back though? Because he can watch this at any time.
Yeah, I'd rather he be before I talk about it. But hey man, so get that boy some counseling.
Tupac's back. Tupac's back.
What's up, kiddo?
What's up, fellas? I'm good not being on camera, right? I ain't looking very handsome tonight.
When
you
do you
never looking handsome, but it's all good.
Look, man, the way I see it is we're all grown ass men now, right? Really, what kind of situations are we putting ourselves in that we really actually need the gun unless we're being robbed, unless there's a mass shooter or something like that? It's not like we're kids and we're going out there looking for trouble. So the fact that this guy wants to just pull it first, man.
Ghetto, but you got to think about the environment too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some people live in some really messed up places where
he is from the D.
Yeah, where shit could pop off at any time. Even in that case, you still have there's a protocol. You got to think first.
As much as I agree, man, but that's why I got the hell out. That's why I imagine all four of us got the hell out of where we came from.
Everybody,
that's our responsibility, you know.
Everybody not capable, and everybody don't want to. Because I know people don't want to.
There's this misconception that everybody got. A lot of people got. I ain't gonna say everybody that the hood is just the Wild Wild West 24/7. No. I come from them. I come from the trenches. I'm gonna tell you, it's people that want to be safe. They would like to call the police every now and then and have them come solve the problem. They just in situations where law enforcement ain't helping them. They gonna make the situation worse, and they're pretty much in bad situations. But that don't make none of them people no bad people. The bad people. Because I tell people, if you in the hood, if you in a gang area, and it's you in a gang neighborhood, ain't but 1 or 2 real shooters in the whole gang.
Mm-hmm.
In most cases.
Yeah.
The rest of them is just kind of going along with whatever happened.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So killers in the black community or in the hood or wherever y'all want to call it, it ain't a whole bunch of mass murderers running around our neighborhoods.
No.
That would be detrimental to us.
You know the strange thing, Hot Tub?
What's that, bro?
The real killers are actually the nicest ones in the king.
Yeah.
That's the it's the strange thing. Have the best manners, everything.
Yeah.
Strangest thing. The ones that's yapping a lot ain't the hitters.
That's you know why?
It's a strange thing though.
Killers know what come with the killing.
Yeah.
They understand its ramifications that the person would never ever have to experience in their life or never ever have to deal with. Them boys go to sleep with demons.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight.
Y'all don't understand, bruh. Some people in the chat understand. We might be a couple of them out there, but bruh, it ain't many people that and I'm telling you, I don't take killing light for numerous reasons where I ain't finna touch on it in here.
You don't have.
I mean, even if you've been in a situation where you've been on both sides of the guns and you're not for sure whether you took somebody's life or not, you still living with that every day. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's up, SD Marine?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Stop.
He don't look nothing like I thought he did. Hell, I didn't know Prepper 101 was a little white guy till tonight. Y'all be calling me out. I love this, man. I get to see people like, all right, cool. You don't look nothing like what I thought.
Yeah,
like,
so
I look like a black Thanos.
yeah, so I was following that guy. I mean, I was following the live. I was in the background listening to everything. Armel and Hot Tub Tony. I don't know, Dre, your background, but like Armel said about that threat level, right? And I'm speaking to 2 of these guys, veteran wise. Like I said, I don't know where you are, Dre, but whenever we got ready to roll out behind the wire, right, leaving the wire, you knew that was a high threat area.
Mm-hmm.
You knew that, right? You knew that there were threats that were possible threats. But you just didn't go out there once you left the wire and start engaging motherfuckers.
Right.
Rules of engagement are always in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I kind of got what RGG was saying. Like, everybody was saying the same thing. And I'm like, yo, when is this cat gonna get it? So you got all these dudes jumping on one kid. Again, I'm with everybody else. You know what? Just start piling off kids. Now, if the situation turn around, right, and now I'm that dude, right, that's a whole different story. Whole different story. Right. Now I got to evaluate that situation. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. That's just me. But and I don't know if this dude got it.
Prepper 101.
If he got confused by being a CWP holder, where if somebody's life is in danger or imminent threat or great bodily injury or there's a high likelihood of death, can you step in and intervene? Does that make sense?
Well, you kind of can withstand your ground.
I get that,
but at the same time, they also say that if you can avoid the situation without going to that extent, then do so.
And that's my point. What's the threshold? Where is that threshold? And then what did I do first?
The Lord doesn't determine the threshold. You have to determine it.
But this is what I'm saying as far as determine. I'm not saying the law has to determine that threshold. I'm talking about me first. What have I met or what have I done to paint me in a better light? Does that mean, you know what I'm saying? Did I jump on the phone 911, blah, 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 blah. I'm blah, 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 blah. And this is what I'm witnessing.
Right.
But sometimes your threshold sometimes your threshold and what you think will be the proper time to use deadly force isn't the same as what the law would consider. And sometimes you put yourself in a situation to where you need to use deadly force to get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%. And don't get me wrong, that's every scenario is going to be different.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Is he evaluating us? Is he actually taking a mental snapshot and evaluating what's there?
Let
Like,
me ask,
I'm not. What's that?
this is how it go. The law can work for you or against you,
Yep.
but you think for it. You know what I mean? You could be dead right and the law say you wrong. You can be wrong and the law say you right. You set your thresholds. You don't depend on the law, because if you in threat and you feel you in threat, you take your shot. You just got, as a law-abiding citizen, your job with the law is to deal with it.
No. What
Right.
I'm referencing, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about what I'm referencing is what that scenario RGG put up.
I'm
You
saying,
follow what I'm saying?
yeah. All right.
That's the scenario I'm looking at. Like all these
Yeah.
kids or these dudes beat up on one dude, and I think Dre said it. Or was it Hot Tub?
It was Dre.
How do we know if that kid was the one that was the primary aggressor in the first place?
Yeah.
I have a
And
situation.
our male echoed that, right?
I have a situation in real life like that. My brother, my brother, he involved in them streets, right? So he gets in a fight, and that fight turned into like 4 or 5 people jumping on him. He engaging with 4 and 5 people. They come and call. I come downstairs. You know what I mean? The whole thing. He fighting. We got guns there, but they're fighting. They're jumping him basically, right? The whole thing wasn't to pull out the guns, but to get him out of the situation.
So
So
that's something that we did in security. So like we had a situation that
if the guns come out if the guns come out while we getting him out of the situation, then ours come out.
right.
One thing I saw in California, man, and I think that should be the template. In Cali, if you got a dude that you got 2 dudes in the fight, there's normally somebody around them that be like, hey, run the head up, run the fade, head up. And they'll run the head up. That means that them 2 fighting. Now they gonna tell everybody around that don't nobody jump in it, don't nobody stop it. Let them handle their business. Anybody get in there, then it's whatever come with it. So even though I know the average person be like, well, that's fucked up. No, that's their street code.
That's how we always done it.
That's how we was.
Nah, but
Yeah, that's how I grew up.
there's a street code, right?
Shit down when you do things like that in them situations. If I see my son fight with 3-4 dudes, I'm gonna pull him up off of him. I might have to give some of them hand. But if it's something that who you got an issue with, that one right there. All right, you and that one go ahead and head up. You 2 motherfuckers better not jump in there. I'm knocking you both the fuck out.
Amen.
So I worked security for a Kappa party. And it was a bunch of different frats there. It was in Clarksville, Tennessee. It was a few years ago. This one dude, I don't know what he did, but one of the fraternities that was there, it was like 30 of them dudes, was pretty much taking turns passing his ass around, giving him ass whooping. So when we jumped in the whole thing, our goal was get him out because he was the target. So we grabbed him and we was passing him around from guard to guard, trying to get him out the door. Once we got him out of the situation, we shut down the door so could nobody else come out until we got him off the property. You know what I'm saying? To try and de-escalate it. That ain't always gonna work, but that should be your first mindset. You know what I'm saying? Get the target out of the situation.
Yeah.
And then everybody else calm down most of the time.
Yeah.
That night some people ended up wearing some ass batons. Some people stand out the wrong end of my gun. But hey, shit happens.
Hot Tub.
What's that?
You know that California thing where everybody shoot the fair one?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about?
Yeah.
when I grew up, right, it was a bunch of us, right? They said this
What's
is
up, Big Lot?
rule in our family. If he have a fight, you better be having a fight with him.
What's up, Mr. Wiggins?
We always jump.
But
He have a fight by himself and he get whipped. Guess what gotta happen? You get whipped when you get home.
But and see, we to a certain degree that was brought up in me. But I understand with being out there as long as I was, I understand why they do it like that.
I understand too.
That's gang culture, man. So
Yeah,
it's like can end up in a lot of people dying.
Mm-hmm.
So they handle business different. They say, okay, if you got an issue with this man, to keep the guns and the bullshit out of it, to keep us from having to go back and forth with these motherfuckers for the next goddamn 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all two motherfuckers can fight it out and leave it be, then do it.
Mm-hmm.
They get everything up out of it. Whoever wins was right.
Mm-hmm.
Those are street rules. See, there's a misconception everywhere, a lot of places that ain't no rules out here. Like Johnny Gunn said, it's rules in everything. It's rules in war. It's rules in absolute chaos. There's still order. You may not understand those rules because you ain't from there. But they got rules. Everybody got rules. Nobody, I don't care how bad their situation is, don't nobody want utter chaos.
Man.
So I didn't get a chance to answer that question for RGG because I didn't jump on the panel or nothing. But my first thought was they were kids jumping one kid. Now, we've all been that age. We've all been 20, 18 years old. We've all had that pack mentality. My first instincts would not be a gun because I would not want to take a child's life. Because even if they're half my age, that to me, that's still a child. I mean, you get what I mean? So there's plenty of objects that you could pick up to go defend that child. It doesn't matter what the situation. One person's getting their ass whooped, you got to go do something. You have to do something. But the gun would be the furthest of my mind only because these are kids. Like, we've all been there. We know that mentality. You willing to take a life and that's your first thought, and the only thing that's stopping you would be, is it legal or not? Man, fuck the law when it comes to that. I'm not trying to take a kid's life, even if it was legal.
Yo,
me before. Yeah, I mean, and people use the term kid lightly, you know what I'm saying? Because you refer to young men as kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They 20-something years old.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, if it comes down to me going home or you going home in an altercation.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure that happens. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that happens. But you're the one injecting yourself into that situation.
Yeah,
so that's
why you're trying to avoid that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not an ASP baton, brother. ASP, ASP. It's a metal baton that when you swing it, it extends. And you make contact right at the point of it reaching maximum extension. And it's like, it hurts like a summer bitch.
I tell Tony just wanted to tell you, say that all different.
Yeah. I knew what he was talking about. I was like, okay, I see. we used to call him. They had another name for him back in the day, but yeah, that's
Blackjack.
Blackjack. That's it.
No, it's not a blackjack. It's a completely different thing.
Blackjack
is hurt.
Little one with the curve, ain't it?
Yeah, blackjack's the metal rod that's shaped like kind of like a wooden spoon with the big thick leather wrapped around it.
Yeah.
The ASP baton is that's some expanding batons that's made out of metal.
Our police down here before they had the night what they got now, they used to have them shits.
What up, Mrs. Ghetto?
The police use sticks still?
Damn, Ghetto, you got a Mrs. Ghetto?
20 years.
What you all surprised for, man? So what the hell?
Hey, but where is that dude? Because again, I grew up in Detroit, so I mean, and I understand things are different now, and you got to move differently. We all do nowadays. You know what I'm saying? But the first thing is, and for me, if I'm carrying mine, and I make this very clear, that's for me and my family first.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It's always gonna be family first, man.
That's
I'm
it.
going home at the end of the day.
Right. That's it. Homeboy though, his homeboy pulled out on a dude in his house.
I heard that part.
That was
a good story, Armel. But like I said, and I stand on what I said, that ain't you. So why are you so invested in killing a motherfucker? Especially somebody, because the way you're talking, I'm assuming is you surrounded by people that look like you. So why are you so interested in killing your own folks?
You know what? And it goes back to what Armel said. And I think, well, you know what? It ain't even going back to, hey, 100%.
What's up, Lucas?
What'd you say, Armel? If you ain't no killer with one, you ain't no killer without one.
You're not.
Armel said that shit perfectly. I said, boy,
Yeah. If you ain't got that in your heart, and that you need that in your, no, man. Nah.
I just feel like, man, it's people out here that there's some people that don't need guns.
That being one of them. I told them to his face that, bro, you don't need no gun. I can tell
That's
you
just
operate, you don't need no gun.
I'm not gonna say that.
I'm gonna say it.
But this is what
I am.
This is
Agree, Tony.
get yourself in check, homeboy. You know what I mean?
That man older than you.
Huh?
That man older than you. If he ain't in check by now, goddamn, what it's gonna take?
Because he's dealing with Reese for years, man. He still ain't over his 20-year-old girl.
He still got her on his medical insurance, man. Fuck that shit.
He got on his medical insurance.
Take that motherfucker's guns from him, bro.
Yes, agreed.
Look here. Some people don't need firearms.
Nah, he good. He got nice.
No, he ain't good.
He good. He just got. He got to learn how to listen. Hot tub. Everybody don't value life like that.
That's facts.
Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't. Somebody gonna teach you.
I don't agree with this statement right here, though.
What's that?
Did it?
This one right here. You just have no idea, brother.
By generalizing that big lock, you'd be surprised, man. But
generalize that, brother.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna
go. Definitely don't know my background.
Yeah.
It's but again, even though that said, you are right in a way, but the way you said it, you might want to say that different. But you are right, because even after you take it don't matter how hard the dude is, the shit'll fuck with you. It'll fuck with you the rest of your life, even if you've been out the game for 20, 30 years. It's still gonna mess with your head, regardless.
Yeah, it's gonna mess with you. I know cats that are.
All I can say is, I still don't sleep all the time. You know what I mean?
That's my point.
Look here, man.
You know how this shit is.
Don't make me go to my medicine cabinet and show you.
We can battle.
So when I see a comment like that, yeah, bro. You got it. You're absolutely right. I'm not meant to do something again.
Big lock.
Yeah, this.
You got it, bro.
Yeah. But for real though, and I'm like until a couple of years ago, I was the most anti-gun person. I don't think you need it, because I was able to, even though I had guns before, when I had the drop put on me, I was like, I had firearms, and it still went left. So I was like, fuck, I need a gun for it. I can maneuver without it, right? Until a couple of years back, when I realized I was behind enemy lines and I was completely unfucking prepared. No,
you definitely
built up real fast, and the training built up with it.
Oh shit.
As far as that regular everyday, moving around the world nonsense, I didn't really need a firearm.
No, that thing, man, when you get involved in that, it does rattle your noodle a whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in the same boat with Armel and Hot Tub. You know what I mean? You it's just something you look at, and it's something that you pray. Hey,
yeah.
You know what? Yo,
it's fucking TV too, man. They need to stop watching TV.
TV don't show you the aftermath.
Yeah.
Even if everything is in the right, you get a pass and all that stuff. Upstairs, man, you still got to deal with that shit,
man.
Yeah, it's not just upstairs. It's just not. It's everything.
No,
that's why.
Man.
That's why it shouldn't be like, is it legal or not? You got to ask yourself, is it spiritual or not? Because I guarantee you, any of us, see a child getting hurt, in a nasty way, we'll take their life and not even, we'll celebrate it. But when it's in any other situations, that shit's gonna spiritually mess with you for a long time.
Just be prepared.
What's going on? What's going on,
What's up,
fella?
Block?
What's up, Big Lock?
Yeah,
Came up here camouflaged.
Yeah, I'm Alabama down, man.
Yeah.
Country living on a Sunday, man.
Go dog. Go dog.
Block been out hunting.
Roll Tide, man. If
Go
Auburn
Roll
didn't run
Tide.
that fake punt, man, y'all wouldn't have stood a chance. I'm just playing, man.
I know.
Auburn is pathetic this year, but to that comment that I made, it was really after one of y'all had made a statement, and it was more so like you were saying you just worried about is it legal or not. And that's when I kind of made that comment. It wasn't saying the child guy's not ready, because of course, if you're not bothering nobody, if you ain't out here trying to fuck with nobody, of course you ready to protect your family and yourself by any means necessary. I agree to that, but I do want to speak on just anybody as soon as they get a firearm, like, oh yeah, I'm ready to take a life. You do need to mentally prepare yourself to say, yeah, once I bought this firearm, it's for one thing and one thing only, and that is for life and death situations. But a lot of people sitting there putting themselves in that mentality that they ready to take a life, and now they taking them for no reason, over small incidents, traffic incidents, step on your shoe, ready to come up off the holster. And I just think that type of mentality got to change. You're not really ready to take no life.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
With
Facts.
That's that coward shit.
when I became a concealed carry card holder, bro, I got hella polite, because I'm not doing it for you, for you. I'm doing it for me, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Well,
not trying.
here's it.
I'm
Yeah,
not trying.
yeah.
I'm not trying to send nobody to prison, bro. I love my freedom.
No,
Mm-hmm.
once you get that, man, and that's the thing, right? You get a permit, you go through the right way, this, that, and the other, whatever the case be. You have your mentality is, you know what? Friend of mine teaches this stuff, and we talk about this in class all the time, right? You need to be the most friendliest person in the whole world, period.
Period.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
You don't go out there, you don't start static, whatever the case may be, right? And we use this, like, here you go, you in the club, you knock somebody's drink, you hit somebody's drink. It's like, you know what, man, my bad. Or you step on somebody's shoes, my bad. Let me go ahead and get you another drink and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just roll. Or you in somebody's house, you just roll. You know what I mean? It don't hurt. Hey, man, that's my bad. Whatever, and keep it pushing.
I think that has changed. I think with the gun came the power, and the power wasn't there before the gun was. So you got boys, girls picking up guns and thinking it's making them something, but it's not making you nothing. You feel they feel the power of the gun, and it's you.
The gun don't do nothing.
The gun don't do nothing.
Gun, nothing.
Because at any moment, you have to think about the human mind. Like, what's stopping from something happening right now? All a person has to do is want to do it, and they can do it. You have the will to do whatever the fuck you want to do at any moment in time.
Facts.
So, with that
Exactly,
being
Nola.
said, that's the free will of power. And at any moment, like, you can go to a gun range, and at any moment, somebody can say, you know what? Fuck shooting at this target. It's people right here. You feel me? It's life is life, bro. You can't stop it.
Yeah, but that's fact. That's fact, man. The gun is an inanimate object, man.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't a killer, but some people want to be. You know,
Do they?
everybody's not a killer. That means some people are killers, some people are not. But there are those who want to be killers, you know, who want to be bad. I don't want to be bad. I want to be in the background. You know, I want to be almost invisible.
If
And there's
you're a
also people that
CWP
want to.
go ahead.
Sorry about that. There's also people that want to pretend to be bad. And to be honest, and I hate that he's not here, but I'm gonna talk about him anyways. I think dude was just trying to talk clout. I honestly do. I don't think dude has it to pull it out on somebody. I think he was just talking.
Yeah, you do.
See, I disagree. I absolutely think he has, and that should scare everybody in here. I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, he got it.
Hey, every last one of us in here, right?
Just out of
He
pure
got it.
fear, huh? Just out of
But
pure fear. I mean, y'all know him better than me, but
To deal with,
no,
bro.
I don't know this dude,
Dangerous.
but
People who
everybody
are
in
afraid
here,
are the most dangerous.
yeah. But everybody in here, right, will agree. All of us that are CWP holders, we are those background people. We move in silence. That's it. You are not gonna know jack shit. Period.
yeah.
Period. I don't want you to know.
I'm an invisible man.
Right?
He seems.
I do want to commend you, brothers, because it look like all y'all most definitely older than me. But y'all got to this point in life not being a fool. You get to this point in life where you have all these guns and have housewife, kids, and all these things around you because you done fought through the system and you done broke through the matrix.
Bro.
I think it's important
We
for the
didn't get
younger
caught
youth.
being fools.
Yeah, I was fool for a long time, bro.
Hey,
but
We got
but
lucky and didn't get caught.
I've been blessed. I'll say that.
Yo,
hey,
I'm still a motherfucking fool, but
but you are on screen, y'all live fool in the comfort of your own Tempur-Pedic fool. You feel me?
Yeah.
You ain't in
yeah.
no prison cot fool or on that forever cot
Yo,
mattress fool. You feel me?
that's the way the universe works. But I could have been, you know, because I
Yeah.
wasn't supposed to be here, and that's
Hey,
why. Like I talk to people, it's like, yo, why you even live over there with the people? Because I ain't supposed to. That's why I'm not. Every day I walk out, I see them, I smile, I celebrate, because I'm shitting on them. You know what I mean? I'm not supposed to be here. My life range with the way it was 16 to 25, dead in jail.
Mm-hmm.
That was fact. I'm a statistic. I'm 49 years old. Good. And
with
I'm shitting on you. And it feel good every day. I love flexing.
with that being said, what I was going off on
Yeah.
is for y'all to be here. I love that y'all sitting here talking, but I would love to see, and I'm not sure if y'all do. I'm just saying for somebody. I'm 26,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope somebody else can see y'all and see y'all in y'all light and y'all speaking positivity and y'all also giving that game. I know the motherfuckers not gonna listen, but the fact that you still trying to get a game, that's the most important thing our younger generation can even look up to.
That's
Do
all.
not give up on the youth.
That's
Cause
all.
RGG came on today. I fuck with RGG, and he straight went to the youth. And you can blame the old school, you can blame the youth. I can agree. These young motherfuckers is crazy. 14
But
years old, you got to worry about a 14-year-old killing you. It's an issue. You disrespect a 14-year-old, he'll blow your shit.
see, this is my view on this. I can't blame him.
I blame us. Sorry, dude.
Where your parents at? Where your community at, bro?
Yeah.
Yep.
So if we walk around here, you can't call yourself no OG. You can't call yourself a man if you scared to walk around in your community. You scared of the children. They're our children. I'm not gonna be scared of my children. I don't care if I birthed them or they live around me. Y'all my children. And I'm like the uncle in the neighborhood. Everybody come by and say, well, all the little kids when they get off the bus. Because they
But
know
see,
got my back. I'm not gonna criticize you. I'm not gonna be out there, but I'm not gonna sit there and let you be on some bullshit around me. I've established those boundaries with these children. And they
that's
understand. So,
right. And
go ahead, man. Go and get
no,
your
that's it. No, that's just it, Hot Tub. You just hit it right there, right? You out there and you set boundaries with them. You know what I'm saying? So they already know. Don't come at, hey man, don't even come at him wrong. You follow what I'm saying? it ain't because of this, that, or the other. It's because you gain that respect, and you treat them with respect and dignity.
They
You
deserve
follow
it.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
They
they deserve
deserve
it.
it like everybody else. And then we get
Yeah.
into a situation where, you know, we scared about our children, and don't you treating them like they're criminals and you don't know them. I would never do that. I talk to them. Hey man, let me check. Come over here. Let me holler at you. I just want to check the temperature, bro. I just want to see where your head at. And I ain't 9 times out of 10, bro. They just want to be treated like human beings. They just want to be talked to. They want somebody to care about them.
Nah,
Exactly.
And by the time we get out, we be moving like we don't care about our own kids.
Oh.
I'll never be that. I had people do that around me. So I always said I'm not gonna grow up and be that dude, bro.
right.
So that's I'm sorry, man. I get on my soapbox about that because I don't condemn the kids. Because
We appreciate
the
that.
children
Nah,
have
it needs to be
communicated with
said, man. Yeah.
Yo, I got my son 26. My son 26. Right. I be forgetting how old the little dude is. Right. Because I remember when he was born, he was a baby. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I remember 21st birthday, I was just like, for real. But that time flies real fast. But this dude, he going through his shit, but that's just a natural process. Only thing I gave him all the game I could give him. Some of the shit he just got to figure out on his own. And he comes up like you was right. You were right. Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you gotta think about it though. We was the same way though.
Exactly.
We was the exact same way.
The only thing that we need to be here as the elder brothers or the fathers or the what do you call it, OGs or whatever.
OGs,
yeah. I don't know the terms for it, but you got to be there to straighten them out, check them. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you might want to think about it before you do it. These are the consequences and repercussions. This is how it can go down.
And then sometimes they ain't gonna listen, so you just gotta let them go through them consequences. See what it's really about.
But like, go back to what I said. You know the ones that's just who he is.
Mm-hmm.
You still want to talk to him because even if he out there, and I'm not, bro. My grandmama, God rest her soul, she raised me. Did not police my friends. She did not tell me who I could and could not be friends with. And she used to say, you know how many killers done sat at this table? And I'm not even bullshitting the cabin. I got friends. I got one that's right now doing life. He'll never get out. Murder. He ain't even the only one. But when they came in the house with my grandmama, they was respectful. I wouldn't have let them come in my house like that. Too tough.
It's a scary. It's a scary thing about.
You at least want to know them on the person. You know, maybe I ain't saying it right, but
yeah, are you saying
everybody got value in the community, whether we see it or not? They got value.
The flip side of it, Hot Tub. The system fucked us up. My homeboy, he was schooling the little young boys like, "Hey, don't do that. You're gonna do it anyway, but try to be smart about it." And he actually told the dude, "Don't do it like that. You being stupid. If you're gonna do something where nobody see you, XYZ, do it like this. You know, when the whole shit went down, his ass locked up right now for fucking conspiracy.
Oh, because he tried to give him game, but
try to give him a little bit of game. So this shit flipped upside down, inside out on him.
And see, that's
damn thing. He really ain't had nothing to do with it.
We need to get more programs going. Like Queen's son just graduated from a program where they help uplift young men and help them become better men.
Got a program.
Give them that spirituality, that knowledge.
Called the fucking recruiting office.
Nah, brother.
You know what?
The recruiting office is not where it's at, bro.
Yeah, it is.
It's not where it's at. See, that mindset right there is why young dudes is not gonna listen, because everybody want to shove their ass off into the military instead of doing something at home to try and get them off the block. You ain't gotta always ship somebody off to the military to get them knowledge to get their minds right, brother.
Nah, what happened is
I just watched 50 young men graduate from this program that was sponsored by the Masons, and these brothers is doing good things out here. They out here doing community work, They out there helping other young men.
military-
He ain't all about shipping them off to the military,
The
bro.
military not for everybody, and I wouldn't tell
It's-
anybody on the military. But if a person don't have no other place to go or that many other options, it's the only place.
But you got to give them a chance first.
Yeah, what it boiled down to.
Don't just turn your back on them and say go over to the military just because you feel that way. Just this programs like what he just went through might be that one thing that changed that young man. You know what I'm saying?
Big Drake, I'm gonna tell you this, man.
Go to church.
I do agree with you that they should have some more program, but even without the program, bro, if you're a grown man in a community full of especially teenagers and preteens and stuff, you don't need no program. You be that person.
Yes.
Like we all shoot. We all got guns. Take the fascination out of it. Go talk to them. Hey man, you want to go shoot some guns?
But
go talk to your mama.
But that's basically building a program. This is something that they put together that reaches out to all the schools in the county. Now they just got accepted to all the schools in the county, from ninth grade, from 6th grade all the way up through high school.
I see what you say. Give them enough.
These kids. You know what I'm saying? We go out and we talk to the youth.
Yeah, what happened?
We do stuff for you. But at the same time, when you got a group of people that are collectively working, it can be more effective.
And I'll agree with that.
What happened to the churches in the community?
Churches, bro, churches are so corrupt.
They there, but they ain't doing. What are they doing for the community?
Pimping them and taking their money.
But the program that the young man graduated from is partnered up with a big church in the area as well.
Right.
The bishop was the one he spoke at the ceremony. You know what I'm saying?
The church.
One of the local Masonic lodges gave all 50 of the guys suits to wear to the event.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To help them. You know what I'm saying? And this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about.
It's
Tony,
not.
you're a Mason, just like me.
Not enough.
You know about this type of project.
Yes.
This type of program.
I'm not even. You know what? I don't want. When it comes to masonry, I see the good. I have seen the good in it. And we have lodges that have programs like that. And if you're part of a lodge that's doing the real work, hey man, I'm 100% behind you. And a lot of places I've been to, now I'm not gonna say this is indicative of our craft because it's not. But I've been to places where the lodge is insulated, they don't do nothing for the community. I got an issue with that. But for the most part, I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
If you got a Masonic lodge that's doing the work, support them wholeheartedly because that's coming out them brothers' pocket. They don't get no federal money to do this.
Right.
If it's coming out of the church, it's coming out of the church. Some church keeping all the daggone money and putting nothing back in the community and only giving them the Lord.
Well, when I was back in,
you'll catch no argument from me for that.
Now, when I was back,
we got
a lot of static going on. I think that's you, Silverback.
Static?
Yeah. Yeah, that's you. You got a lot of static.
I'm at work right now. Give me a second. Let me switch this up.
All right.
Hey, gentlemen. I'm going to say something, and then I'm going to step out the platform, and I appreciate your space, Mr. Drake.
Oh, yeah, for sure, bro.
Man, but, you know, I feel like if any program can happen, or even if you pull one kid aside, I just think that one kid is 1,000 kids. It really matters if you just go and attempt to try a program or attempt to try to take somebody to the range. It's just the attempt to try to do better, because I do think you can save some of these kids just by showing them some different shit. Taking them to a different restaurant, letting them try some different food, letting them see a skyscraper for the first time, taking them out of their area code and letting them feel the sand between their toes and just seeing something different as far as like their vision. I think programs like that or men like that can come along and create that. All I was asking, just the OGs, old heads, whatever y'all want to call it, for y'all to give up on the youth.
Never, bro. Never.
That's what I was saying, right? About the military. What he talking about, I didn't have. I didn't have options as far as there's always been the older guards, the older men, you know what I mean? That give me stuff, like give me game and tell me. And I learned a lot. But at a certain part of my life, the things that they had to offer me, I didn't want, because they only had to offer me what they knew. And they didn't know how far I wanted to go with my shit. So it became limited. You know what I mean? These brothers come back and forth out of the penitentiary, and they give you the game. Yeah, do this, not this. Be humble, move quiet, stuff like that. But as far as how to move, as far as financially, they couldn't give it to me. How do I get a passport? They couldn't give it to me. You know what I mean? I wanted to go somewhere. Oh, you got to rent a car, catch a bus. They couldn't give it to me. How do I get a car? How do I get a driver's license? Simple shit. They couldn't give it to me. Right. So I had to find somewhere else. I didn't have, my options ran out. And all these guys was like good intent, but the options ran out.
Yeah, and I feel you on that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you can never give up. You got to keep trying. If we gave up on all the young men out here, then we would be in a lot worse shape than we are now in the community.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't give up on them. You can't always just ship them off to the military as a last resort. Can't do that.
Now, Big Dre, I'm gonna say this to you, as somebody who's been in the military, it ain't always a bad thing.
It's not always a bad thing.
It ain't. And
it's not always. I'm not saying it is, but stop using that as an excuse every time. He needs to just go to the military. That's not always an answer, because some people have a problem with authority, and that may be even worse for them. It may straighten them out. It may not straighten them out. It's like shooting craps either way.
Well,
I know some cats, if they would have went to the military, the way them sergeants and stuff be talking, they'd be in there with a case, a murder case, because they're not going to tolerate that, period.
All right, so let me ask you this, though. If that's the case, then how are they going to move out here in the real world?
The same way they've been moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, my cousin 6, he ended up doing 20 years in the penitentiary. Remember when I was talking about that situation where the man got pistol whipped?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he just got out the pen like a year ago. And that happened in 98.
Right. And here's,
you know what I'm saying? But he came out, before he went in, when he realized what he did, he had started trying to turn himself around, but he had already caught the charge. So by the time he went to court, it was too late. You did the crime, you're going to have to go ahead and do the time. Because it took a while to settle that case. So he had to lay down and do that time. But now, the dude don't do nothing, bro. He don't do nothing.
Here's the thing, and I'm one of those guys out the mill too, right? From 89 to 97, did my 8. Is it for everybody? No. Did it open up doors? Did it show me different things?
It's still bad, Silverback.
It's still bad, man. Yeah, my brother. He went to
sorry,
the military.
Yeah, it's different cultures. Yeah, it's not for everybody, but again, you know what I'm saying? If and those programs are good, what you're talking about, right? Back in Jacksonville, North Carolina, when I was active in the lodge, we did stuff in the community, in a project, so to speak. You follow what I'm saying? Pull those kids out, this, that, and the other, whatever the case may be. They saw young, positive black men doing X, Y, Z. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
And not only that, they associated us because, we were all military in the lodge. So it's just giving them different avenues.
Right.
And how to move properly and how to, like Armel said, some people just don't have the resources to get to where they need to be. And I'm 100% with you. You know what? Hey, get out here and with these young men, these young women, hey, these are resources. These are the things that are available to you at your fingertips. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you got some that you talk to them and this, that, and the other, and they are far left, and it's kind of hard to bring them center.
My brother went to the military. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? It didn't work out. He ended up getting put in the brig and getting kicked out. You know what I'm saying? Dishonorable discharge.
Right.
The military don't work for everybody.
And it don't. It don't.
But I'm gonna give you a bigger picture. And this is why I say they've gotten the military I walked into is not the military I came out of. For the simple fact that when I got out, there were not a whole lot of opportunities for me. Yeah, you can go drive a forklift.
Yeah.
Or you can go be a gunsmith or something like that, because I worked in the arms room. But when them wars kicked off, them contracting jobs kicked off. I was able to parlay my 6 years in the military into a decade hopping from country to country. I worked in Iraq, Afghanistan, Dubai, Qatar, Kuwait, Djibouti, Australia. I've been all around this motherfucking world, that I had opportunities, made a whole shitload of money that I wouldn't have made had I not went into the military. So if I would say to a young kid, it's your choice whether you want to go. I don't force it on anybody. But I say, if you do go, and I tell this to my kids or anybody else kid that asks me, let me pick your job.
Yep.
Let me pick your position, because I know what to put you. I know what will put you in there where you see minimum combat, and you're going to get out and you're going to have a career in front of you that's going to make you a shitload of money. Because that's one thing the military does, is that they can set you up in a good way or a bad way. It just depends on what your job is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not a bad option in today.
I was a person that had problems with authority because I had like a free life. Nobody ever told me anything what to do. I didn't have like curfews or be in the house. I didn't even have to go to school when I was growing up. I went to hang out. So when I was fortunate enough, they threw me into this daggone construction battalion. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I was painting for like 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since I've been out, I haven't seen under six figures. So I haven't seen it. And all I did was like the paint for the first 2 years. And the rest of the time, ran stupid programs, light bulb changing programs at embassies all around the world, run facilities, and I still don't do nothing. I still don't do nothing.
Now,
and that's cool. And I see what y'all saying. I understand. I understand what y'all saying.
Mm-hmm.
But
what
I will
I'm
agree
saying
with
is, it's not going to work for everybody. Everybody don't want to do that stuff. Everybody don't care about it.
I will say this,
why it worked for me.
They work for you. Armel, it worked for you.
It worked for you, exactly.
It didn't.
You gotta stop thinking about what worked for you. You gotta think about other people. Not everybody wants to do that.
Options, Dre.
Yeah,
at this current time in history, though, y'all,
as
I wouldn't have no kid going to the military.
Got nothing else to do. I always giving them an alternative.
Yeah,
because I was offered the military. I went to join the Marine Corps.
Right. It's what I'm saying.
It didn't work out.
There's that many alternatives, Dre.
Armel.
What's up?
We in a different time now.
Yeah.
These kids got options. You don't need the military for college.
They got plenty of options out here. They just
people. I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not. You know what I mean?
You an old man now, bro. You 50.
Like I said, my son set up here. He had his job. He had no clue. I said, "What the fuck you gonna do?" He don't want to go to school. He don't want to do shit. What do you?
You got to think like.
What are you doing?
You sound like that recruiting commercial.
In Nashville, we got a lot more options than just going to the military. There's a lot of stuff here that
my
can help
son had more options.
You know what I'm saying?
Look here, man. I'm gonna say this. We overlook trades a lot, and I'm a big advocate for trades. Plumbers make 6 figures. I know because I got homeboys that's plumbers. Electricians make 6 figures. HVAC make high 5, 6 figures.
Welders
make 6 figures. But it's a lot of money in trade, and we tend to overlook that with these kids nowadays. It ain't like when we was coming up.
Well, I think we overlook the fact.
So whatever you're doing, if you're steering them in a direction to better their life, bro, is my point.
The trades, right? With the
trades,
let me tell you with the trades. One moment, Ghetto. With the trades, right? I grew up in New York City, right? And I went to high school. It was like for building trades or whatever the fuck. But when you get out of high school in New York, everything's union. You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't somebody's cousin, twister's brother, you got to go work at the supermarket or something, unless you get in the union. And they wasn't letting everybody in. So even if I wanted to get into the trades, I went to school for the trades. I got all these stupid ass certificates in high school. There wasn't no resources for it. And then the smoke.
Armel, that was 50,
Up.
that was 55 years ago, bro. You
Yeah,
can't
but look,
let go.
no, the problem is exactly what I was going to bring up, Armel, is they don't even have the trades in the high schools anymore. They just, I mean, it's not even that you can do them in high school and get out. I had to actually, back in my day, which would be the 90s, I actually had to get kicked out of 4 different schools before they put me into a trade school as a punishment, which, I mean, that was the greatest thing in the world, but
Funny
they
thing,
were,
I told my wife, with everything said and done, when I walk out of this bitch, I'm gonna actually set up a school. It ain't gonna be like what profit shit y'all be talking about because I'm about $1. But I set up a school for the trades, you know what I mean?
Well, you
From
know what?
ground up.
State of Georgia will pay for. Let me tell you something about Georgia. And I can only speak for Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia got money for trades, bro. You get a Hope Scholarship, pay for your whole 2 years in your trade school. You come out, you got your certificate or whatnot. You go do your little 2-year apprenticeship because you got to do mandatory 2 year. But even in that time, you're gonna be making more money than you would be even if you was out there selling dope, unless you was just a big time dope dealer. Most dope boys I know make $50,000 a year. After it's all said and done, you can work a regular job.
Here in Tennessee, they
You can work
got a
that.
program here in Tennessee that where like say I wanted to go back to college and go to like a community college or something like that and do a 2-year course, they'll pay for it.
It's money there for it. Man, these states, it's not like it used to be.
Tennessee
That's my
Reconnect.
point.
They got stuff, but how many people know about them though?
It's not something they hide, man. They preach it in the schools. They advertise it on TV here.
A bunch of paperwork.
Here, you can go to high school here. You can be in high school and take college credits in classes while you in high school.
No, my daughter did that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They don't.
My daughter's doing it right now.
Secret. When people go out to the unemployment office to apply for jobs, they tell you, "Hey, we got this right here. We can get you back in school, pay for your first 2 years, this and that, blah blah blah." They got the stuff. The information's there.
So
but the problem is, you got to want to go look for it. And these kids now, they lazy. They don't want to do that. They want everything handed to them.
Big Drake. Hold on. Armin, let me
I'm out of the game.
A lot of them is lazy, dog. I work with some. I watch them. I got a kid right now. He will literally stand behind you while you sitting there working with a customer. And you just stand up to go and grab something for the customer and come back. This fool is sitting down in your spot. Dude, get your ass up. I'm working.
You got to approach it different with these children nowadays, bro. You got to approach it different. I don't approach it from the level of when I want to motivate my son to do something. You know what I did? I went and got my homeboy. He do HVAC. I said, "Hey man, come up here, bring the dunk out." And y'all know what the dunk is. So those who don't know what the dunk is, the old school sit up on some 28s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Candy painted, big motor, big LS swap on there, everything. I said, "Bring it around now." I had him bring it around now. He came out. My son came out. All the little teenagers in the neighborhood at the time came out. They're like, "Damn, that hard, man. What you do?" Eventually get to what you do to get this. Oh, bro, I work HVAC. You get this from doing HVAC? Yes. So they motivated by money. They see the dope boys with the shine and all that shit. Back in the day, we weren't moving like that. Now there's some cats that got it like that. I got plenty of friends that do trades, and they living out their little dope boy fantasies through the shit that they buy. They got everything. Legally. They got big rapper chains, the big cars, and all of that shit. And
yeah, Tony, but again, we're gonna go back to what you were saying to Armel. You old now. These young cats out here now, man. They don't want to work.
Right?
But because they're looking at the dope boys, like Tony was saying, though, it's because we're not showing them that, look, I did this because I'm a plumber. I did this.
Yeah. And then a lot of times, and in a lot of cases, bro, they got the cheat code that you don't have. They figured out how to make money out of YouTube. They figured out they the ones did that, not us.
Listen.
They figured out how to make money out of TikTok. They figured out how to make money out of IG. So I can't knock them for that.
When I came home, Hot Tub, when I first came home, the dope boys couldn't fuck with me. I had all the shit. I had the hottest shit. None of them could fuck with me. But they would ask, "Armel, how you did this? Hey, this is a program here, there. Oh, that shit is hard. I said it was hard. It was hard. Motherfuckers want to earn, but they don't. I mean, they want shit, but they don't want to earn it, and I can't get the message to that shit. You know what I mean?
They, like I just said though, Armel, they figured out different shit. They figured out they figured out how to make money off these phones, bro. They figured out how to make money off these websites that we just use to do shit like this. They've been monetized, going to the moon. They making you got kids that's 10, 12 years old making millions of dollars off of TikTok, making $1 million off of IG, making $1 million off of YouTube. Whatever your lane is, that's the thing I say.
There's more opportunity.
I will push for you. I will push to help you in any way that I can. If that's your lane and you figured it out, cool. I ain't even gonna say nothing about it.
The problem that
But if you ain't figured out your lane, let me help you. If you don't want to work, if them the ones that don't want to work or don't want to do nothing, hey man, I ain't saying you got to save everybody, but at least make the attempt. That's all I'm saying. Because we can't allow the children to be lost because we say, oh, they don't want to listen. It's too hard. You didn't want to listen. Hell, you don't want to listen now, man.
You know, right?
So I mean, they get it. If they don't want to listen, where they get it from? They get it from us, bro. We can't never give up on them.
They get it from our actions, though. You know what I mean? Like, we got to teach them through our actions, through what we've already been through and what we're currently doing. That's how I reach my kids, and their friends. You know what I mean? They see a person. It's not that they demand respect, but they're out searching for respect and compassion, like Tony was talking about earlier. You might be the only one to actually ask them how their day goes in a week's time. And that's what these kids are dealing with because they're isolated. And that's what our young generation are right now. They're isolated on these devices by themselves in a fake reality, essentially, especially when they don't have adults that are, taking them to sports games or taking them shooting or a simple hike. You know what I mean? Because everybody's just got their devices thrown at them and they're to their own selves. We got to teach them by showing them.
You got to meet these kids where they at, bro. And
you do, yeah.
We can't impose what we think they should do on them and when they grown. Now, they teenagers, hey, impose away.
This is the real problem I ran across, right? This is for real. They have a lot of options available to them, but they're going to do social media, everybody be a designer or whatever, right? Here's the formula. You know what I mean? If you want to do this and you want to get paid doing this, here's the formula. Draw out the plan. You know what I mean? What's your strategy? Create a schedule, a flow chart, or a something. Put your thoughts together. Structure it.
Yeah, make a structure.
And one more thing, bro. I will say this, and it might hurt some feelings. Not nobody on this panel, but it might just hurt some feelings to somebody listening to it. If you talking to these kids and they ain't listening to you, maybe you're not somebody that they respect.
Right.
Exactly.
You're not giving them something to be respectful to.
Maybe you talking to them and preaching to them about something, but you ain't doing what you're preaching.
There it
is.
Or you're talking at them. Yeah. So yeah, it's all the same for sure.
You can't be in an impoverished situation, trying to get them game. They looking at you like, motherfucking you pro. You so why should I listen to you? See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like I say, at a certain point, yes, it becomes their fault. At a certain point. But until a certain age, bro, it's on them. That's our fault. And it's incumbent upon us to change their perception. That's all I'm saying.
Real. This shit is real. This shit is real. This is the feedback I get. That shit ain't real. That's an anomaly. You're an anomaly. You're an alien. You ain't from here. What kind of shit is that? You know what I mean?
That's because their realities ain't real. I mean, really,
they think my reality is not real.
Right. No, theirs isn't. There really isn't, because they're being raised by these devices. I'm not trying to be conspiratorial or whatever that word is, but
you live in a world where the teachers are trying to help the kids change genders in middle school. So
exactly.
But it's it's more incumbent upon us as men to redirect all of that.
Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm not tooting my own horn. I don't talk about this often. When I started making real money, when I got it, I started changing some lives. I got at least about 500,000 nails that I put on personally. That didn't go to the military. I just say, hey man, look here. I'm a manager and I'm gonna do this overseas shit, bro. But I guarantee you make $100,000 a year. You make $150,000 a year. They say it ain't real. I showed them pay stubs. This real, bro. Come on, just fill this out. I'm gonna do your resume for you. All you gotta do is go online and fill this out. That's it. Now, did all of them take it? Hell no. 5 of them did. And you know what them 5 is? They still making money. I done been left. They still over there. Well, they still over in the Middle East. They still over there in Australia making money.
Yep.
And you know what they tell me when they see me? Hey man, appreciate the opportunity, bro. Can I? You want if you want to come back over? Nah, I'm done, bro. That ain't my ministry no more. I was just glad I could put you in a position to feed your family. So as a man, look around you. How many lives have you changed? If you haven't changed any,
Yep.
I suggest you start guiding some folks, bro. If you done figured out the way out, it's incumbent upon you to help somebody else get out, whether they want to listen or not. At least tell them.
They figure it out on their own. Then it's like, yeah, I got you. You know, my thing is I like instantaneous satisfaction. You tell me you want something, I'm gonna help you get it. There's a delay. Everybody made it though.
Yeah.
But the fucking delay just kills me. Like, what the fuck you waiting for?
I think everybody's looking for that instant satisfaction and gratification.
Now, you got to move at their own speed, and that's what I reached at with my son.
Yeah.
Have his own speed, you know. And you know, my wife and I, she talk about I press him. I'm not. So let me put the brakes on this shit.
No, it ain't nothing wrong
My
with it.
expectations of his speed is not the same as his speed. So my wife said, put the brakes on him. He coming to his own. You know what I mean?
How old is it?
Good. He 26.
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
Mm-hmm.
My threshold, my threshold for my kid. If you ain't got shit going by 25, then I'm with Army. Hey man, I'm gonna put your ass in the military because you can't stay.
Nah, he left at like 20.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying for me. If you, I'm not gonna have my kids and my girls. My girls got out the house. They jumped off the porch at 18 and been fine.
Yeah, mine's is 18s.
My oldest son is taking him a minute, but I had to sit him down and have that conversation with him. I said, "Hey man, I done gave you about 5, 6 options to how to do this thing, bro. Now, what's gonna have to happen is when you get this age, ain't gonna be no more safety net for you. So I hope you understand that. I mean, I'm gonna
safety net. They take that shit serious.
When I put you out there, I'm gonna have to put you out there and hope I instilled enough in you that you gonna make it, or you can go into the military. Your choice, but you gonna have to figure that out. Now he ain't at that age, but he inching to it.
Yeah.
And like I told him, I will help you everywhere I can. You want to start a business, I'll put some money behind you. You want to go to trade school, I'll help you out with that. I put you when you get out of trade school, I'll put you with somebody that'll put you in an apprenticeship program and won't treat you dirty. Because I know people. I said, but you got to do something.
Hey, Tony.
What's that, bro?
You my brother, right?
Mm-hmm. Already.
I started a business. You can put some money behind me.
You know what though, Big Dre? I am gonna put some money behind you. I'm waiting on you to come out with your pistol.
Flow charts.
I know.
As soon as you come out with that pistol, bro, that's mine.
It's coming sooner than you know, brother.
But that's
coming real soon.
That's what I'm waiting on. You told me end of the year, so I'm waiting for you.
It's gonna be waiting for that. I'm talking about like hopefully by Black Friday.
Oh shit, that's perfect. That's perfect. That'd be my Black Friday gift to myself right there. But yeah, like we whatever you got to do, bro. And I can't preach to nobody, tell them exactly what to do. Whatever you got to do to reach these children, bro, do it.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
We gotta reach out to the kids, man. We gotta start, trying to guide them in the right direction, man. And because right now, man, if we depend on the school systems and that stuff and social media and stuff to teach our kids anything, our kids are gonna be lost, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be eating Tide Pods.
Yeah,
Man, right. Eating Tide Pods and milk.
and
My daughter.
conversation. We got to keep them away from being scared. I know this is. I got to contribute it to my parents. You know what I mean? For real, for real. And my mother always say I'm the most ungrateful. There's 9 of us. I'm the oldest. My mother said I'm the most ungrateful, but a lot of the shit, like when we go, like when we walk out of the door, it was just, the Bible verse. It's like no weapon.
No weapon formed against me shall prosper.
That was before we walked out the door. You know what I mean? So we walked out the door without fear. Or my father would always say, don't be nobody food. Don't be nobody food. If you shook, they're gonna take you. So it's just kind of like, oh, okay. Just go. But every just a reminder, you get your bag, put your glasses on, whatever, walk out that door. We had a list. Armel, glasses, bus pass.
I mean, I feel like between these politicians and school and social media, they're trying to poison everybody's mind.
They are.
And
facts.
And it's crazy, man, because when I sit here and look, I watched a video a couple weeks ago, and it was a grandfather, a black grandfather, went to the school and confronted the teacher because the teacher kept making his grandson wear dresses at school.
Yeah. Hell
no.
If you got solid fundamentals, they can't corrupt you.
Yeah.
Is the grandfather in jail now?
No, he didn't go to jail, but he went in the classroom and he was like, you know what I'm saying? You need to stop putting my grandson in dresses. And he told her straight up. And she kept saying, well, you need to go take it up to school. He's like, no, I'm taking it up with you because you the one doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got what's the name, man?
To go back to the beginning topic, that might be a time to use your firearm.
No.
I ever catch a teacher putting a dress on my kid, man. But my kids are homeschooled. And to go back to the social media, though, my daughter's 16 years old and still doesn't have a social media account. She's not allowed one. I taught her why. And at 16, she's actually understanding why, because her peers, and I know people, they get on me about it. Oh, well, you got to let kids be, this is their generation. No, their generation is showing their bodies and everything on social media at 13, 14, 15 years old. Yeah. My daughter's not, it doesn't matter. When she's 18, you can do social media. Even Mark Zuckerberg and all these CEOs of these social media platforms, they don't let their children have devices, not even computers. There's a reason for that, because they are poisoning us as a civilization, as a society.
I mean, think about it. They having drag shows with little kids in the show when they like 5, 6, 7 years old.
Oh,
no.
That whole agenda is real. But it can only exist when we allow it to.
Wow.
Right.
Exactly. And that's why I don't allow my kids to. When you're old, when you're an adult, go ahead. It's your choice.
Even deeper than that, We've allowed.
I gotta address this young man right here. Look here, man. I'm not putting that Go Dog stuff up on my screen, man.
Oh, you gonna put that Go Dogs up there?
I'm not putting that on my screen, Tony.
Number one.
The only thing going up, you know what?
We about to do back to back, bro. Just understand that it's finna happen.
You know what? That's what I'm putting on the screen. You hold on. I'm gonna put myself on the screen.
Bulldog Nation right here.
On the screen. That's what we're gonna put on the screen. Sure, we ain't gonna put no Georgia stuff on the screen. We're gonna put that on the screen. How about that?
How about them almost losing to Texas A&M, bro?
That's okay. Y'all win one championship in 40 years, and y'all think y'all the shit.
When was the last time y'all won a championship? Was Alabama won a championship?
Just a couple years ago.
Okay, when was the last time we won one?
Y'all won one championship
okay, that's
in
all
40-something
I'm gonna say.
years, and you want to talk shit.
You sounded like a Dallas Cowboy fan now. Always
Y'all
talk
sound
about
like
the
some
past.
Hey,
UT fans. Y'all
I was
finally get
sent
a winning
that.
season since T. Martin left, and
Always
they
talk
think
about the
they
past.
think they God now. You know what I mean? Y'all know we the goats. Just let us have that. We're gonna give y'all one. We're gonna get y'all this year. What's up with you, Will?
Hey, man. I wanted to join in here real quick. I think if I may, I think I might be able to offer some inside perspective on the school system. I've got 2 full-time jobs. I'm a school counselor by profession. My other full-time job is I'm the assistant chief of Banner Elk Fire in Western North Carolina. If y'all know where Boone or App State is, everybody's App State. We're about 15 minutes up north from there. But y'all are talking about schools and things that are going on in there. Things that I've seen and my wife has seen. I'm a school counselor. My wife is an EC teacher. She teaches OCS at the local high school here. All the concerns that have been displayed, I can verify. And it makes it difficult to be a school counselor now with the agendas that are being pushed from down, from up top down, if you will. So it's I guess the best way to put it is it's hard to be a man who encourages our young men to be men.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to do that in American education right now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now. I respect the fact that you were willing to admit that is an issue and that it is something that's actually happening.
Yeah,
Because too many people try and deny it.
It definitely is.
I want to give you. I want to salute you, bro, for being a teacher. I was like, I know when I went to undergraduate in history, so I was like, I'm going to get out. I'm gonna get out and be a teacher. But then I seen how much teachers get paid, and I was like, fuck this. That threw it out. That threw that teacher thing down the drain. And I think that was as sexist as just the rate that teachers get paid is a sexist thing. And a lot of women and our children are not growing up around enough male role models.
Right.
You know, and
yeah,
hot trouble. We got to step, not them. We got to step up our game.
That I agree with. Now, I will say this: everything that they're doing with these schools and how that's the agenda that they pushing, we can stop it. Not enough of us show up to school board meetings to voice our opinions on that. Not enough of us show up to them parent-teacher conferences to voice our opinions. Just show up at your kid's school.
Yeah.
Start showing up. Start being that visible presence. Start letting them know, like, hey, you're not finna run this fuck shit around my kids.
Now, do y'all have people actually that come up to the school and address stuff like that at the school you work at?
Fortunately for me, now I work in a different district than my wife. My wife's school's about 5 minutes up the street, maybe 2 minutes up the street from here. I drive a little bit farther, but we're in a pretty secluded, rural district of Western North Carolina. So fortunately, and now I've worked down east near Fort Bragg where things are a little bit different, but for where we are right now, I'll go ahead and tell you it is okay to have faith in public education, because the kind of stuff that you see on TV, we don't have that where I work. You know what I mean? Like our administration and our teachers, everybody's pretty much on the same page, and none of this chaos and what's the word, gender bending stuff like that mentality and that ideology, that's not welcome around here. But you got to consider, when I say around here, there's not a lot of people here. I mean, like this is as rural, mountain, Appalachian country bumpkin as you can get. I mean, you get down into, you go down east, like you hit Charlotte and whatnot, and anything farther east than that, I mean, it's fair game, and they're
Okay.
coming after your kids. But up here, I mean, well, we have a very conservative, resilient culture that really fosters a traditional culture. I guess is the best way to put it. So a lot of the issues right now in schools we don't really see up where I'm at now, but I've worked in a school district where that is a thing, and it's very concerning. Um, I, I feel I have a daughter. I feel very comfortable with her going to the public schools in our area, as does my wife, who's also an educator. But if we lived anywhere else, that wouldn't be happening. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
I live like for real. I live in Northern Virginia, right? We don't have those fucking problems. I swear to God, we don't have problems like that. But there is the element of it.
Right. There's just a little bit to keep
There's
you on
a little
edge. Right?
bit, there's a little bit of it, but I think the thing that saves us here in our school district is it's so damn diverse. So there's so many communities in our county, like say there's Asian community or different types of Asian. There's just the diversity and those traditional values, whatever they are, have more. And people here have too much goddamn time on their hands, so they sit up in the school board. The school board, you need an auditorium for a school board meeting or for a PTA meeting here. And my wife in the middle of this shit. You need an auditorium. Everybody's active here. Every single person active here. So it's not like, I was like, need the school. Fuck that fundraiser. The school got too much money here. Fuck
Well,
that fund. Don't raise. My wife volunteered the other day to do damn fundraising for the sports event. Them damn schools over fucking. Stop going. She go 3 days a week. Doing
But
some.
a lot of schools, man, like here, the school my granddaughters go to,
Mm-hmm.
one of their teachers just went to jail and was indicted for 19 counts of sleeping with a student. And these are like 11-year-olds. And she was having full-blown relationships with 11-year-olds.
How you have a relationship with 11-year-old, Dre?
Man, they were sexting. She was messing with them at school, like sneaking around
bro?
with 11-year-olds.
Don't tell me no shit like that, for real.
Yeah, it's real talk, man. I got a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old going to school there, grandkids.
Dude, this
So how
is
you think I feel, bro?
my problem with that sick shit, right? You see my daughter, Dre.
And this is a female teacher. This is a female teacher, by the way.
Daughter does.
Why that keep happening, Big Dre? Because they don't. The male teachers that do it, they put them under the jail. Yeah. But they don't punish the females like they do the males.
Dre, that shit fucks with me because my daughter doesn't speak. So if she goes to school, that's why my wife is there like 3 days a week. Because my daughter doesn't speak. If something was to happen to her in the fucking school, we need to be there in the fucking mix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if they doing some ill shit like that, oh my God. I don't even like hearing about shit like that. Because
I mean, it's
my sister,
you don't want to hear it, but it's a reality, brother.
My sister's
it happens.
My sister a teacher, right? And from what I know and hanging out with people that she hang out with, she a teacher up in New York. But they all they fucking dedicated. You know what I'm saying? They love what they do and they don't give a fuck about the pay. They just do it because they love it, But and I see when I see teachers, I see that. I don't see that sick shit.
Well, unfortunately, our male here lately in society, those teachers like that are few and far between.
Yep.
And it's incumbent upon us as parents, and more importantly, us as men, to take more active a hand of a role into the school systems now because of the agendas that are being pushed. I'm gonna hip y'all to something, man. All that shit ain't just coming out of nowhere. It's
It's been there.
It's a dude. It's an organization. Actually, it's not one person, but it's an organization full of these rich motherfuckers. They went to every single school district in America and paid them money to the districts if they push this agenda that they got out there, this fruit Buddha agenda that they got out there. Whatever you want.
You know what I'm tired of, though?
They put money up behind
some bullshit like why every TV show gotta have a fucking gay person?
Because they community put it up behind that, bro. They want this.
I don't give a fuck who
big money behind this shit.
Every TV show I watch, somebody, you know what I mean?
So the only way you're gonna counteract that, bro, is to be present, put back verbally, man. Because a lot of times that you don't see. A lot of times that community shame us. They'll come in and say, "Oh, you're homophobic, you're anti this." No, I'm not anti-agenda against my children.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a show that's good, and then all of a sudden I see two dudes going at it. That's not what I want to see. But if we allow them to shame us, tell us that dog, you the weirdos because you believe
a good show.
In traditional values, it's gonna keep going.
But you know, Disney's pushing that agenda in their cartoons and their shows now.
And
the movies too.
Fucking Netflix, Amazon, all these motherfuckers. That shit is nuts.
But check this out. Now check this out. Now they'll push that agenda. But when they came out with Netflix in particular, when they came out with the Jeffrey Dahmer story, that was in the LGBT section. That same community now, we can all agree, Jeffrey Dahmer was a gay man who killed other gay men.
Mm-hmm.
But that community said, no, we don't want that labeled under us. Why not? That's your story.
Yeah. It's your story. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's your people.
He was part of your community. You know what I'm saying? You gotta own that.
If you got it, if you paying money to Netflix, you helping them push the agenda. Y'all remember Cuties?
Hey man,
y'all remember what happened?
I never even saw that, man. All I saw was a thumbnail for that, and I was like, no.
Well, I mean, I ain't saying y'all seen it because obviously I didn't watch it either. My point is we're funding the type of shit that they're giving to us.
Well, they're leaving you no choice. So your only other option, because it's on every network, every network has some LGBT.
Netflix is all of them.
I was just more talking about Netflix, but yeah,
right. It is all of them. It's from the top
it's all of them
down below. It's all of them. It's everything. It's in everything.
Yo, this is the best thing on YouTube. Coco Melon series.
What is that?
That's a kid's show.
Coco Melon straight. They keep everything lined up straight.
Coco Melon got some LGBT shit in there too.
No, I ain't seen none, man. I'm on that shit.
I'm telling you, I know what it is. I'm sitting here telling you, yes, it's in there.
The new Buzz Lightyear movie? They had the lesbian couple with the daughter, and the couple was kissing in the movie.
Yo, but for real, Dre, none of that shit bothers me.
It don't bother me. I don't want you forcing it down my grandkids' throats, though.
As far as I know,
it bothers me. It does bother me.
18.
It bothers me.
What the fuck you want to do?
Yeah, but don't force it down my kids' throat. Don't have my kids going to school and you having coming out parties on your Facebook Live while you in class teaching my kids.
Who gave kids so much power?
That's why my kids are at home going to school.
What so much power?
Fuck that.
Huh?
Who gave what so much power?
Who gave kids so much power? Or so much power of choice, like they got a choice of what they can and can't do.
They parents, because you leave it up to me. My kids don't have that power.
But there's hardly any.
Exactly. Yeah.
There are almost no parents left, even in the community that I live and teach in. Their kids aren't raised by their parents anymore.
They're raised by their phones.
Well, they're raised by their phones or their screens or devices or aunts and uncles or foster care or grandparents. The practice of old school traditional parenting, mother and father in the home, that's a thing of the past, y'all. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's gone.
I tend to disagree on that, and I'm gonna tell you what, it's out there.
Me too.
But that you're seeing it now. You pretty much got a whole community over here, people that from diverse background that are saying, "Nah, we ain't with that." But
I think his point is we're a minority, though. Tony, sorry to cut you off, but
unfortunately, our voices are shouted down by people with louder microphones. I should say, people with more money and bigger microphones. Mm-hmm. The majority of the United States is not with that. You talk about the LGBT community, you're talking about less than 2% of the entire population of the country.
Facts.
Yeah, but think about after indoctrinating our kids in 10 fucking years, 20 years. Sorry, man. Sorry.
So if 98% of the population ain't LGBT, that tells you at least 75%. And I'm being real generous with that because I think it's more like 90 to 95%. But let's say 75% of the population ain't with this shit. Because if they were, they would have wholesale accepted it, and you would see that population bigger than what it is.
But aren't we with it by allowing it to happen?
Who said we're allowing it to happen? We just don't have the money to counteract those.
That's the problem.
That megaphone that they got.
So this whole minor attracted person thing that's right here. I saw an interview with a lady from the LGBTQ, the alphabet community, that was talking about this. And these minor attracted persons, as they call them, I call them pedophiles or test of the molester. They got their own flag and everything, bro.
I call them hollow point targets.
I'm gonna hit you for something else, Big Dre. I'm gonna hit you for something else. The two founders of the modern LGBT community, the modern LGBT movement, they are founders. You can look it up. There's videos about it. They were card carrying members of what they call NAMBLA. You know what NAMBLA is?
No.
The North American Man Boy Love Association. These are the founders of this movement. That's the ultimate goal to this.
And they still on Facebook too. They got organizations on Facebook, all social media platforms.
But that agenda has been started for.
For real, this shit.
It was started for them to be together. Its ultimate goal
this shit is not nothing new. This shit is not nothing new, right?
Not ain't nothing new. This shit.
What happened? They were able to capitalize on the medium. They got the soapbox. You know,
they got the money.
And what happened was
got the money to push their agenda.
We got to figure out ways to counteract it. I don't give a fuck about them. To tell you the truth, I could care fucking less. If they want to do that, do that. You know what I mean? If my kids grow up and that haven't happened, dude. But while you fucking 18 and you living in this shit, this is the law.
And that's how you counteract. We counteract shit being for we counteract by
do that shit somewhere else, and you can't leave right now. So
I think we're under a misconception too. And let me play the devil's advocate. Y'all could disagree or not, but I believe just by the individuals that I have met in my adulthood that the LGBT community is actually different than the actual homosexual community. There's homosexuals out there that don't want to be bothered. They don't want to tell you what they doing in their bedroom because it ain't none of your fucking business. You know what I mean? There's difference between the agenda and the actual sexuality.
It's a lot of the people don't agree with it. A lot of the people in their community don't agree with it.
Exactly.
So who you got the question who's pushing this?
Exactly.
We know who's pushing it. So how do you counteract it? You counteract it by being a fucking parent and being in your kid's life and monitoring what they watching online. Don't just sit them in front of a TV and let them watch whatever. Don't just sit them in front of a phone or an iPad or whatever and just let them go. You got to constantly monitor what these kids are taking in. And when they do come across that bullshit, you got to put it in its proper perspective by whatever your values are. I'm not even going to tell you how to put it in proper perspective, because whatever you determine as acceptable, that's what you instill in them. If you don't believe in the agenda, then put that in perspective for this is not what we go for. Now, we don't bash people for being in that lifestyle. You do what you want to do, but you will not.
The thing I got about the education community is they spend so much time on fucking children's fucking rights that they ain't even teaching the children the fucking truth. That's the whole goddamn thing. America, they breeding a fucking generation of ignorant ass kids.
I just want kids to learn how to read and think critically. I thought that's what school was all about. But
it ain't.
I was wrong.
School is about passing the fucking test and conforming socially.
Yeah, apparently that since the founding of this country, since we've instituted the modern school system, it has never been.
Since Rockefeller brought us the school system,
it has never been about just educating your children to be the next captains of industry. No, they breeding you to be two things. Either they're setting you up to be a worker bee, or to put you in prison. That's the two
facts
for the school system. That's it. They don't want critical thinkers. They don't want the next astrophysicist, the next Stephen Hawking, or nothing like that. That's not what they want. That's not what it's set up for. It's set up for you to either go to prison or work at this menial job that ain't gonna pay you no more than about $30,000 to $40,000 a year.
That won't change the situation.
You're right, and that's why it's becoming more and more difficult to find joy in the career of education. Not because of the job or career, but because of the federal and state fueled agendas that are being pushed from up top down below.
Yeah.
Hey, them departments instead of the district running them. But I understand why, because some school districts was on some rogue ass shit. But just a few bad apples fucked it up for everybody.
Look at all your guys' school districts and see how much money they get on the amount of kids that get prescribed Adderall or other prescriptions. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked at how much these schools actually get per student. You know, they get a certain amount of students, boom, they get an extra few thousands in their paychecks. I found that out when they was trying to give Adderall to my daughter when she was 6 years old, when all she wanted to do was just play outside. She ain't know nothing. She just want to go outside and play. Shit.
So anytime a child is somewhat rebellious in school, especially in urban communities, their first answer to everything is put them on medicine.
Yeah.
Medicine, that ADHD.
Because it helps out with it helps out with exactly what Tony was saying, to grow them up to be in jail or a fucking worker, be all sped out on freaking meth or whatever other drugs they're going to get when they get older, because they already been used to taking them.
Well, the beautiful thing about the pandemic, bro, it raised the conversation of homeschooling. A lot of people and a lot of households are now set up to where if we had to go into another little lockdown or whatever this bullshit they had, you can adapt to it now. So now that genie's out the bottle, you don't have to put it back in there. You don't have to send your kids back to public school if you don't want to. There are whole programs out here online that educate your that help you to educate your children.
Yeah, and if anybody needs any help with that, let me or Miss Ghetto know. We've been through it. Just so y'all know, we love it.
Look at Billy and Erica. They homeschool. Look at Alex. How Alex is turning out.
Yeah, Alex is a good kid.
Exactly.
He's a real good kid.
So
Scotty Two T's, my camera guy, and my partner, my homie, he got 7 kids, and he homeschools all his kids, and 2 of his sons just graduated high school, and they're very smart kids, very smart.
Cool.
So, and they don't have they're not getting brainwashed by all the mess that's in the school system, man.
And when they try to be, we're able to step in and actually correct. You know what I mean? We're able to correct. We're able to give our kids context, because me and my wife has had to do that over and over and over. When I don't even have an example, because there's so many different examples of what they're teaching our kids. And just like, again, I ain't got no examples because it's all bad. It doesn't matter what state you're in. I mean, the curriculum itself is what's bad and detrimental to our kids. It goes back to, we need to be advocates for our kids, and it does take a village. It really does. It takes a village. I mean, these are the people this is the generation that's going to be taking care of us when we can't take care of ourselves no more, and we ain't doing shit about it. Now, I'm not saying us on here or anything like that. I'm just saying as a society.
Before the pandemic, my sister was she was up in school, and she was up in school getting her PhD or whatever in education or whatever. But what happened was, one of the projects that she was working on was preparing an academic curriculum for to get them ready to pass all the state certifications and everything. The curriculum that, hey, I'm gonna give ghetto this list of texts. They created lesson plans, and not only would it help you prepare your kid at home, your kid will be just as qualified as anybody who go to school. And
probably more. I would say more so.
I would say more so too. Yeah, my daughter's already getting college credits, and she's only 16.
I'm gonna tell you want to change your school system, and Will, till you tell me if I'm wrong about this. Pull your kids out of school. I'm talking about in large numbers. Get with your community, get with the people around you. Y'all come up with your own plan on how to educate your own children, whether it be somebody in the neighborhood that ain't working, that got a housewife that ain't working, and she run the school, or whether you do it online. But if you pull enough children out the school system, they no longer qualify for federal funding. Take that money out the picture. They're gonna acquiesce, because then you're gonna start seeing these school boards say, well, what is it gonna take to get you back into school?
Exactly.
It sounds like what you're suggesting is, how do I exit myself out of the problem?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he's saying.
I'll tell you this. I work in the school system. My wife works in the school system. We have one child, and our daughter is just shy of a year and a half. And where we live, granted, like I've said, we're in a very secluded rural community where these types of issues really aren't a thing. We're also blessed and fortunate in the position to where we can homeschool, because my mother is willing to do that. She was a public school educator in New Orleans for like 25 years. So I mean, like, she knows what to do, and that's the route we're going to go. And we both work in public ed in an area where I would consider it safe for your kids to be a part of public education. We're still going to opt out, not because the issues that we've been discussing are prevalent in our society, but because the behavior of people. I hope that makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, something that terrifies me.
Opposite effect. Mine is the opposite, right?
Okay. What you got?
My daughter, she's the only child at home right now, and she needs the socialization, because both of us are damn near 50, and she's 6 years old. We out of the loop, and there's nothing. She needs to socialize. My son is gone. He in the Army doing it, so he's not there anymore. So she needs to be engaged, and kids learn from other kids.
You're right. You're right. Here's
so
what
that's the opposite effect of it.
Here's what I tell you. Social and let's not forget. I think I told y'all I'm the school counselor. My wife's an EC teacher. socialization is key in child development and rearing. And one of the things I think that homeschool has got wrong for a long time is the lack of socialization in children. However, post-pandemic, if you will, there are a lot of programs now, a lot of Christian-based homeschool programs now that are real big on bringing communities together. Abeka is probably the biggest Christian-based, traditional, if you will, homeschool program in the nation, as per curriculum, if you will. This is the program that we are interested in, and it is formulated in the ideology of bringing communities together, right? So it's not just we're going to keep the kid home all day and they're going to see the same person, they're not going to socialize. They're going out on field trips in groups of, like, well, it's church groups, to be honest. They're going to go out with a similar mindset community and engage socially, not only within themselves but out in public. And I think that's a real special thing. And I think this is something that's new to the homeschool community. And I've got a lot of faith in it. It seems like a good idea. And I'll tell you this, some of the things that come to my office as a school counselor, hell, this past week alone, I just, we live in a really good area, but the mental fallout of a lot of the stuff that's been going on the past couple of years, I just don't want my daughter around that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I'll do anything to protect my family.
But the crazy thing is, you're in a position to make a difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'll do anything to help the kids at the school that I work at. But this is going to sound awful, because anybody that works in public ed should be full send on, yeah, my kids go to public ed as well. Probably not. Y'all, I love my daughter so much. I want her to be protected. I want her to be raised in a traditional Christian household. And if there's a way that I can provide academic curriculum and socialization simultaneously, then that's the way that will go. And I don't make all the money in the world, but you bet your ass I'm going to pay for it if I have to.
You're in a unique position as well, because you're on the front lines, because like you'll have a heads up what's coming inbound before it ever gets to your daughter, and you can cut it off.
Yeah,
a lot of us don't have that.
It terrifies me, Dre. It terrifies me.
Yeah.
What is coming down from, like I keep saying, from the top down to where we are. What I see federally and state, this terrifies me. I don't want this crazy left-wing gender bender agenda. I'm not going to have that pushed on my daughter.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
So what do you do? All right. So being an educator,
yeah,
having a daughter in the school, that agenda is being pushed. That agenda is coming down.
Yeah.
Now, if it gets to a point to where you feel like, okay, I don't agree with this at all, and I cannot deal with this at all, are you going to pull her out of school? If it gets to a point where you have to pull her out of school and homeschool her, are you going to leave your job and homeschool?
So fortunately for me, my mother is retired, and her and my stepdad are talking about moving up here from Raleigh. I'll continue to work, and the kind of family game plan that we have right now is to have my mother, her grandmother, homeschool her. She's not in school right now because she's 14 months. Well, she'll be 14 months tomorrow. but you know, we don't have to worry about that right yet. But this is a thing that's coming.
What
And
about
so
you?
that's kind of our game plan.
Would your own personal convictions let you stay in that job though? If they got an agenda and you a Christian man, how could you stay in a situation like that?
No, I have a game plan to get out. I don't
Oh,
think,
okay.
and this is something my principal and I have talked about a little bit this school year. I'm not sure that the way that public education is going, I'm not sure that this is something that I can continue to do full send, if you will, as a Christian man in America. Fortunately for me, I think I stated I've got 2 full-time jobs. Right, I'm a school counselor, and I'm also an assistant fire chief. So it's a volunteer station, but within the next 2 to 3 years, we're looking at funding to have full-time paid positions at the fire station. And if the Lord blesses us in that way, uh, then
Have
then
a good night, Parrot.
I will
All right, Parrot.
do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, to me it does.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw something out there to y'all, man. I stayed in a little small town called Edgefield, South Carolina. Right outside of Edgefield, in between Edgefield and North Augusta, they had a ethnic group of people called gypsies, Irish travelers, gypsies, whatever you want to call them. This community, I think, got a pretty good blueprint for how to do some things. They send their kids to school all the way up to 8th grade. Once that child hits 8th grade, they pull them out. They don't send them to high school. They teach them they want their children taught enough to be able to function in society. You can get that all the way up through middle school. High school is optional. And then they take their children out of the public school systems and they go to work with the community. And they do like construction. I don't want to get into what they do because they some scam artists, but their trade is no serious business. But their trade is construction. They don't give that child the option to, hey man, this is what you no. They taught you enough. They taught you how to add, subtract, multiply, divide, do all kinds of stuff like that. Now we're gonna take the course of your life. Other communities, I've seen the Jewish community do it. The Jewish community don't send their children to public school. They got Jewish schools.
Right.
The Asian community don't send their children to public school. They got Asian schools. And it's gonna be incumbent upon them. And what they do in their communities is that's funded by their business class. Their community puts money up. Everybody in their community put money up to fund their own school. And we're gonna have to get back to that. Hell, I can only speak for the black community with this, but we've done that before. So it's not hard to do.
The thing is, right? All of that shit is good, right? And I agree, Hot Tub, and I agree with you. I can't read your name. I don't got my glasses.
Will. The name Will.
Will T. But the thing is, it's the conversation that I had. Like my son, he had grown as figuring his shit out right now. But he was able just being around the country, being around the world, going to different schools, I think it added to the conversation, the diversity, you know what I mean? So why these people do this or why do they do that? And it opened up a conversation. I feel if he wasn't exposed to so much diversity, it would have slowed him down even more than he not at my speed anyway. The speed I would to be in. So it created the question, even it was some simple shit like the Santa Claus question, I have my Santa Claus shit, and then it's the school Santa Claus shit, and then it's the people who say, ain't no Santa Claus, you too old to believe in Santa Claus. I was like, the people that say ain't no Santa Claus don't get shit. So that's, but
man, I'm gonna say this.
I know you got your shit, but I'm fucking Santa Claus, and if you don't,
I'm not even talking about
don't
Santa
get shit.
Claus. I'm saying everybody the diversity doesn't always mean better.
It doesn't mean better.
Most groups when it comes, and I'm gonna say this: most groups when it comes to their education, outside of let's be outside of black folks and white folks, every other community educates themselves.
Yeah,
we're the only two communities that. Now let's put them in there with everybody.
What I'm saying, I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying is, it creates a conversation, and education doesn't stop at 3:00. It goes to the home. They give too much time fucking homework instead of having family time and conversation to discuss some of the shit that bullshit you learned on the day, like how a trader became a fucking hero.
Well, my point being though, to circumvent that, educate your children. Okay, perfect example. When the pandemic hit, my wife is a stay-at-home parent. All right, we got a retired school teacher stay down the street. I work from home. Neighbor wife across the street, she don't work. Neighbor across the street here, she don't work. Their husbands work. What happened was we all bounced off each other. When I had meetings and stuff that I had to do, when I had a workload where I couldn't have no disturbances, I was able to just, go down the street to Miss Vesper. And I called Miss Vesper, hey, this is what we got going on. And this is a curriculum. This is his homework assignment. This is what they're going over today. Do you mind picking up for an hour or two and I shoot you a couple dollars? Cool. She's like, okay, cool. And for us, that Miss Vesper, that retired teacher, was that person that everybody kind of did that with. You run your house, you could run it to a certain point, and you send her down to Miss Vesper, you pay her. And Miss Vesper wouldn't charge us much. She was only charge us like $30.
No, my wife is home all the time. My wife is home all.
So if you got to my point being, if you got that advantage, bro, utilize that.
I don't have community like that. I don't have community like that. My neighbors don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with them. I say what's up.
You know, it's not a lot of communities out there like that anymore, Tony.
I tend to disagree. I'm gonna say this. That's incumbent upon all of us to get back to that. And how do you get back to that? Talk to your fucking neighbors, man. Know who's in your community. Know who you can trust. We've done become insulated as a society, brother, to a point where
I trust the Glock.
Don't nobody fuck with one another. People be on the same street for 20 years and don't even talk to one another. You're gonna have to get out your feelings on shit like that.
But a lot of this shit that happened in America over generations, and a lot of the media, their portrayal of what a good black guy looked like and what a bad black guy looked like, and I don't fit that.
Most of the time, the media's definition and description of a good black guy.
That's all they know. That's all they know is what the media gave them.
Yeah.
That's all they perceive. You know what I mean? So I speak generals like, they think I'm up to something. I'm like, fuck you. All right. Yeah, what up? What up? Most of the time they only speak back. My daughter go to school, she good because kids get along with kids and the teachers interact. She's good, but it's just the adult interaction. I can't say, could our kids play or have a sleepover? Never a fucking invite. If I send out an invite on the community page, nobody would come.
So, Armel, you're in the same situation as I am. I have a special needs son, just like you got a special needs daughter. If they ain't not fucking with your child, get online and find the community of because it's several of them. Communities for parents with kids with special needs. They do outings together. They give them that social interaction that you want for your child. You can get that.
Tony, we did that, right?
Okay.
Good. But this racism shit is deep, bro. Deep.
Well, fine. Okay. Well, if that's the case, there are communities where there's just black parents. If that makes you more comfortable. Their whole community, bro. Their
Yeah.
pages on Instagram, pages on Facebook.
Yeah, their stuff is, but it's far out. You know what I mean?
No, I disagree, man. Not all. I'm pretty sure it's some folks that's within a 10-mile radius of you.
Of me?
Yeah.
Nah.
Could be. Have you
If
looked?
not, there's some kind of online interactive groups as well.
It always starts good. It always starts good.
You could do it with them with FaceTime, the way they see it
starts off good. You feel me, Tony? It always starts off good, but the follow-up is minor. You feel me?
Like I said,
I don't know why. I have an idea why, but I don't know why. So
hey man, I think it might be you, man.
It
might be you.
I'm glad you said it. I couldn't say it. I wasn't allowed to say it.
Armel is a different type of brother, man. I like Armel though.
My wife runs business from home. She does different shit. You know, she does home stuff. She's here all the time. I'm gone all the time. So anything she finds, activities, anything, she takes care of that. You know what I mean? I get home 2:30 afternoon, and they off doing something. But the closest thing that we can find that's been consistent is an hour away.
So do it like I said, do it virtually.
No, but it's the more so with my daughter, it's the more social engagement. She needs to play with other kids.
She can do that. They let them get online and get to know each other online, and then once a month. I don't think this is me talking. I can't tell you how to run your household. I put that disclaimer out there.
You know,
but you have your wife go once a month and they do an outing with the kids. If that means going an hour away, that's not bad once a month. What I'm saying.
They go twice a week. So it's some type, you know, but it's an hour away meet up with the other parents and chill and all. But it's an hour away. They got the same shit over here, but the engagement is not equal.
Well, I mean, that
feel me?
I'm gonna say this. What I tell you before, bro. You chose.
I know what you said.
You chose to move out there. That's on you now, bro.
Guess what? I still do it because I throw the biggest parties and it's like, damn, where all these people come from? Yeah, motherfucker, gotcha. You know.
Okay, I'm gonna let you make it up there. I ain't gonna give you no pushback, bro.
I do it just because they think I can't. That's why I do it.
But I mean, my point being with all of this, and I think we get kind of sidetracked, is I think we can all agree that homeschool is the better option than the public school for the kids. And if that is how we all feel about it, there are several options now. It's not like it was, hell, it ain't even like it was 3 years ago. In the last 2 years, those options have become available. Those resources have become available. And once they put them out there, they can't take them back.
Yeah. They strategically put them out there, though. There's an agenda behind that, too. But I do agree, Tony. It's the best thing to ever happen to us.
Yeah. There may be an agenda behind the ghetto, but
I'm taking advantage of it, you know.
And we're in a position where we can run the homeschool the way we see fit. However you see fit to child, you homeschooling them and using the resources that are readily available, you can still raise your child with the values that you want to instill in your child.
That's the most important thing, man. Is instilling the values yourself.
Right. And you don't have we're in a position where we don't have to rely on public schools, and they realize that.
Yep. Well, fellas, it's 12 o'clock. We've been on here a little over 2 hours. Man, I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yeah, same here, bro.
It's a good conversation, though. I appreciate it, right?
Oh, yeah, daycare's closed tomorrow, so I've got to burn a sick day. Daycare's closed, so I'm just going to be hanging out with my daughter at the house.
You must be nice.
I'd rather go to work and help these kids.
Well, I work 4 10s, so I got 2 more of my 4 left. So once I knock tomorrow and Tuesday out, I'll be out for 3 days.
Dre, I've got a Banner Elk Fire Department patch coming to you in the mail tomorrow.
All right, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate
the good conversation this evening, and thank y'all
for real conversation. Yeah. Real.
Man, I'm always down for these types of discussions. You know what I'm saying? That's why I created this platform. Originally, when I originally started doing this a couple of years ago, it was audio only, and so bringing it to this level it's way more enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy the conversation, man. I enjoy meeting people. I love entertaining people. We laugh, we cut up, we get serious, and you can say what you want to say and not have to worry about being sensitive. Say what you want to say, how you want to say it, to whoever you want to say it to. That's why I call it Raw&Unkut, man. We just come on here and just do our thing. You know what I mean?
And we appreciate you for providing the platform, bro.
Ah, yeah, for sure, man. But we're going to be back on here Thursday. Hopefully, if they get back to me, they confirm they want to be on. We're trying to lock in an exact date and time because the time difference is extreme. They in Africa, so it's a whole different level of time difference. I think when I go live here, it's like 4:30 in the morning that they are. So we're trying to work out a schedule so we can get on together. But I got some dope guests coming. But yeah, we're looking for that. Hopefully it'll be Thursday. And but y'all, man, I appreciate all y'all coming on. Everybody that jumped in, everybody that was in the chat. Appreciate everybody coming through. I plan on being on for like an hour. Put that out the water. Well, I appreciate you jumping in. And Ghetto, welcome, brother. I don't think you ever been on my side of the street.
No, I haven't. I haven't, man. I was kind of scared to come over. I'm skittish.
Who was you scared to come over here for?
I'm just playing, man.
Yeah, Ghetto ain't scared. Ghetto jump on everybody's damn.
Hell yeah. I belong everywhere. I'm a fucking American. I belong everywhere in everybody's streets.
That's it.
I'm
man.
kind of mad JGG didn't jump up here though, because I had a few questions.
I really wish he would brought it back over onto this side.
Look, Shannon said, "Oh, I know who you talking about." You know who my guest I'm working on is. Yeah, but yeah, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. Square, I always appreciate you jumping on. You welcome,
Luke, bro. I'm always support you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and Will, I appreciate the patch, brother. And if y'all, I'm trying to get this patch board together so I can start putting. I got a bunch of patches. And I want to put a patch board up somewhere in here to display it in my office.
Do it at the back of your door.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Because you can
see. Cover yeah.
Hey, what size T-shirt do you need? I'll send you a T-shirt if we got one. What size?
Brother, you ain't got one this big, dog. I need a 5X.
I don't got.
And I was gonna say 5X.
You got a hat? I love hats.
I got you a hat.
Yeah, give me a hat.
I got you a hat. Okay, I'm gonna send the patch first. I'll send the hat second.
All right, that's fine.
I guess me and Tony ain't special enough to get anything.
Fair enough. Guys, I'll send y'all something if
I was only clowning, man.
Hey man, you just keep doing the work in this school system, man, because we need more male figures in these school systems, and especially those that are not with this agenda bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we need somebody like you, and we need you on the inside fighting a good fight to try.
Until I get fired.
Huh? You ain't got to fight the good fight. Look, just let us know what's going on in the school. So if you don't do nothing else but that, we'll take it from there, bro, and do our part in that. Because you got to have somebody that knows what's going on in these rooms with them to let you know what's coming down the pipe.
Well, good.
So that way we're not blindsided. So keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Fellas, I'll keep you posted.
All right, man. Y'all be good, gentlemen. And we'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Everybody out there, y'all know what I say. Be blessed and stay dangerous. Catch y'all next time, man.
Appreciate you, Dre.
Yes, sir.